Hey guys, J Dog here. Lincoln's still back there, starting to snore again. Just the previous video, Pennywise. If you didn't watch it, go watch it. Um, Talked a little bit about the movies, the old miniseries, the new movies. Welcome to Derry. This one, we have Ash Williams from Army of Darkness, and this company, Syndicate Collectibles. I have not looked them up. I'm going to have to because this statue looks pretty fun. And it was only because I found it on Pop Culture. Go ahead and check them out. They're over in Australia, so you're going to pay a tariff fee. And the turnaround was, if you watch some previous videos where, the Pennywise video, the Predator Greyback with the alien big chap last week, and I talked about the turnaround was excellent on these. A little over a week. Of course, there was a tariff fee, but for 3 statues, close to $900, the tariff fee was less than $90. So, pretty good. I don't know how it works percentage-wise. It must be a percentage. It must be, has to be, because it literally was what I paid for the statue with a decimal point moved over. So, I guess a tenth of what it cost. So yeah, Ash versus Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, Ash Williams. So this would be not the Ash Williams from Ash versus Evil Dead, because that show did not. So that show was based off just the first Evil Dead. From the way it looks to me, I watched the show, the way it starts, and those movies, the way they end, they don't match up. You watch Evil Dead, it just ends. It ends. He's still alive. Still at the cabin. Evil Dead 2, you had events from Evil Dead 1 in Evil Dead 2. The story was similar. And then it goes into Army of Darkness. Ash versus Evil Dead, the way it starts, it seems to me like Evil Dead, and he defeats the evil, or suppresses it, gets it away, is what leads into Ash versus Evil Dead, where because he's an idiot, unleashes those evil forces again when he gets high and drunk with some floozy he met at the bar. Not to mention, in Ash vs. Evil Dead, he had a wooden hand. He didn't have that mechanical hand that he had built in the medieval times, which still never made sense to me. The movie's supposed to be in Tennessee, in the Appalachian Mountains somewhere, in Tennessee, down south. Still south, but north enough to be in the mountains. I think it's the Appalachian Mountains. I think it's all part of the Appalachian range. But yeah, so no mechanical hand, has the boomstick, but in the original Evil Dead 1, it was a single shot shotgun, not a double barrel. The double barrel was in Evil Dead 2. Still fun movies. I mean, the first one is, Syndicate Collectibles says right there on that styrofoam. I'll have to look this company up, see what other kinds of things they have collectible, statue-wise. So we're going to do this a little bit. I always forget to cut the bottom, so I'm going to start with the bottom. Do one side. Come up. Do the other side. It looks very similar packaging to the Iron Studios. It's got that little dip rather than being one solid stripe all the way around. Alright, looks like a lot of bags to go through here. So right here we got, right in front of my face, we've got the boomstick with his hand, his left hand, his only hand. Is that a watch? Yeah, he's wearing a watch too. So pretty nice detail on that, including that little watch. Let's see, what do we have here? Ah. So this is Ash versus Evil Dead. So he has. Oh, there's two hands, two left hands. So you get a choice. You get the boomstick, or the Necronomicon. Necronomicon Ex Mortis. And we got another left arm piece here. This is interesting. This looks like it's a little messed up. The hand with the boomstick looks a little messed up, like a misprint. So yeah, that doesn't look like I want to use that hand holding the boomstick. I might want to use, I'm guessing, there's his arm, and guessing there's a whole, yep. See, that looks better compared to that. I don't know why that looks like that. Looks a little messed up. Let's see what we have. Oh, the iconic. Oh, I just broke it. It is plastic. It is not polystone, people. I have a friend that does modeling, so I will have to get in touch with him tonight and see if he has a little glue, because I just busted that freaking chainsaw. I'm mad at myself now. There's this chainsaw broken because my dumbass grabbed it. Glad I know people that do modeling stuff. He is Warhammer, so he'll have some stuff to fix that off, to get him to bring some stuff over. And we have the man himself. I'm very upset that I just broke that. Ash, which is with his holster on the back for the boomstick. So his arm is right like that, and the chainsaw looks like it has a magnet. Just goes like that. I really wish I had not just broken that. I am so mad at myself right now, guys. So you can change that hand out for the Necronomicon, so you can be holding the Necronomicon. We'll do that here in a minute. I want to see how this other arm does here, what it looks like. Oh, it's not messed up. It's him pulling it out of the holster. So it's not messed up. The only thing that's messed up is what I just broke. That chainsaw. Which makes me look and feel really stupid. But that's pretty cool. Him unsheathing, that's pretty cool. But I like him on just holding it up like, this is my boomstick. Yeah. I'll be able to fix that with a little modeling glue. Still kind of. So this is definitely fits a little better like that. But it's not like, this feels very much like resin and not polystone, which is what the Iron Studios is. These are heavy. This is definitely lighter. This is definitely plastic. even see the magnets. You don't even see the magnets on those. Doesn't mean I'm not happy with the statue so far. It is very detailed, very cool looking. The face is pretty cool. Because it is the pit, and there is the creature from the pit. And he cuts off her one hand, and then somehow she climbs up that chain with one hand. I mean, they're dead. They don't feel pain like us. So, we have Ash. Found one of his little straps. I could actually feel it. If I touch it, it moves. So I'm like, ooh, careful. Because obviously, not polystone. This one is probably resin. Ash fits right. I want to get this on here. Show you with the, because we're not going to use the Necronomicon hand. Technically for the scene in this movie, the Necronomicon hand. Also, if you buy this statue, don't break the blade on the chainsaw. And also, I just noticed this is very fine as well. If you have to grip it by the handle. You know, don't try and grip it by this either. You can see it there. If I could already feel it, I could feel it move when I touched it. Just gotta find the right position for this chainsaw. I think that's good right there. I'm going to show you with the Necronomicon in the hand. Which for the scene in the movie, it doesn't make sense. When he's coming out of the pit, he has his boomstick at that point. Not the Necronomicon. Well, he has the boomstick after that point, but he doesn't have the Necronomicon yet. He has to go questing for that. Good detail on it. I like the blood stains, the splatters on his shirt. Very good detail on the Deadite, the pit Deadite. So we're going to take that arm off to fix that. Comes off pretty easy. Show you with the part that I thought was messed up, but it's just him holstering or unholstering the boomstick. Me, personally, though, I like it. And these don't fit. They don't have the grooves like the Iron Studios ones. So you're kind of left to your own whether you want to. Like it'll tilt a little bit in certain directions there. I like it facing a little forward. I like him holding that boomstick up. I actually would have preferred a statue with the chainsaw up, like in the Necronomicon drawing of the, what do they call him? The Savior or something. The Chosen One is the Chosen One. Alright, so with the package, that's it, nothing else. Alright. Talk a little bit about the movies. The remakes. The 2013 Evil Dead remake. I liked it. Sure, there was no Ash. There was a protagonist female rather than Ash. But it's not the same story. It's different. And Evil Dead Rise was different as well. I guess they're doing these new movies connected in a way. If they explain that as we go, that would be interesting because, I didn't see a connection between Evil Dead Rise and Evil Dead 2013. Um, but I mean, I guess it's possible. Sorry, I'm fiddling around the base because I'm like, is it solid? No, it goes in there. I can actually put the Necronomicon with the hand in there and the other arm in there as well. Just so I don't lose them. Just being careful with getting them in and out. There we go. Fits a little better. Hides a little more. It's harder to see now. This annoys me that I did that to myself. Chainsaw Blade has blood on it too. Just I broke it. I feel stupid. But yeah, no. So the new ones are going to connect, I guess, from the Evil Dead Burn trailer, which is out. I guess it connects to Evil Dead Rise with the scene with the kids at the lake. I'm interested to find out how, and also the record that they play was in a vault under their apartment building. We never saw the cabin with those people possessed by the Deadites. Where that came from. Obviously, they didn't have that record. Are there more copies of the Necronomicon than just the one? Or was it transcribed? Interesting questions. Ash is a fun character now. He's a good protagonist. He's a jerk. He is not a hero. He's a flawed individual. In the original movies, he goes all crazy. In the new movies, there's really no true protagonist because there's different characters in different movies. You can't even say that they were trying to make the girl in Evil Dead 2013 Ash. She was the one first possessed. Ash wasn't the first one possessed in any of the Evil Dead films. He does get possessed, which leads to some hilarity because didn't he beat it out himself? Then it possessed his hand. That's why he cut his hand off. As he says, it made it go bad. So I had to lop it off with the chainsaw, which he did in the second Evil Dead movie, not the first. In the first, he just used a meat cleaver. Still cut his hand off in both of them. And again, the shotgun was not a double barrel in the original Evil Dead. It was a single barrel. Now, Ash, like I said, Ash versus Evil Dead, I believe, is a continuation of the original Evil Dead, not from him from Army of Darkness, but I could be wrong. Because there was a whole night aspect that they did at season 3. They introduced those knights that were supposedly from Ash, from Army of Darkness. So maybe maybe there's Evil Dead 2, which has parts of Evil Dead 1 in it, and then Army of Darkness, but that ended, well, the director's cut sucked on that one, the way that had him jumping forward into the future where Earth looks like a garbage heap. But it ended with him in the grocery store fighting off a Deadite woman. So there was no reconciliation between the end of Army of Darkness and the beginning of Ash versus Evil Dead, how he got the Necronomicon again. Because they used it to send him back into the future with the drops. But he didn't have it in his possession. The monks kept it. Which would be how he would eventually get it from the Kandarian castle when the archaeologist goes there and gets it, takes it to the cabin, and then he would get it. So I don't know how he got it back at the beginning of Army of Darkness, how he had it. and he was hiding his weed. Now, don't put your weed in books that summon demons. There's lots of other little things you can put your weed in. Heck, you can 3D print a little box to put your weed in. Don't put it in the Book of the Dead. So anyway, I liked Ash vs. Evil Dead. I thought it was fun. Continuation of a very campy horror comedy. I like how they brought back his original sister, the actress who played his original sister in the first film. The introduction of new, younger characters. One that they slapped the face off the book onto, and he starts. I don't know if you've seen it. It was on Stars. It's good. It's for me. It's good. Army of Darkness is one that if I'm bored and looking and there's nothing else out good, which, like I said in the previous video, it welcomed the dairies on my watch list, but it just got bypassed by Spider Noir with Nicolas Cage, which we're going to touch a little bit on before I end this video. But at Army, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, Ash vs. Evil Dead, great franchise. The new ones, I liked them. I don't love them. I loved Evil Dead. I loved Evil Dead 2. I loved Army of Darkness. I loved Ash vs. Evil Dead. The new ones, they're grittier, they're grimier, they're gorier. Somehow they're all connected. I hope they explain how or show in a way how they are connected, because right now I don't see any connection between Evil Dead 2013, Evil Dead Rise. I don't see any connection between those except for them being deadites and really gruesome and gory in these ones. Or this new one I saw the trailer for, Evil Dead Burn, looks like it could have a connection to Evil Dead Rise with the kids that go to the cabin. But that family didn't go to the cabin. That family was at the apartment building and felt there was an earthquake, landed in a vault underneath the building because it probably was a bank. Excuse me. I would just, if you're like, at least the original ones all connected. They were hokey and goofy, but great films and show. They all connected. These new ones, I'm not seeing the connection. Now, if this new one comes out, we got the trailer for Evil Dead Burn comes out this year, and they announced Evil Dead Wrath, which is supposed to connect them as well, be all connected to these new ones. Okay, I'm going to need in this next one a little more explanation of how these are all connected. If you're going to be all connected, please show us how. I did hear a rumor, but I don't think it's true, that Ash might make an appearance in one of these new movies. I don't know, because I heard Bruce Campbell's not doing too well. He had to take a step back from conventions and that for health reasons. Hopefully he's doing well. Hopefully it's getting figured out. I'd hate to see a R.I.P. Bruce Campbell anytime soon. Especially before I would get a chance for him to, I don't think I would have him sign my statue, but maybe take my one of my old VHSs of Evil Dead. Because yes, I do have VHSs still. I do have working players, but now they're mainly for collection thing, nostalgia. I might slap them up on might get a case for behind my couch here for when I start streaming and doing videos, because the way I play, I don't have a traditional computer monitor. My monitor for my computer is my 70-inch flat screen. It's wired to my PC. So when I go and stream in that, I probably won't have like live track chats active. I might just do videos. I haven't decided yet with the video games. There's a bunch that I have that I haven't finished. There's some that I started and didn't get far in because another game came out. There are some that I finished and I'm always willing to go back and replay them. Some of my favorite games that I have, that I played all the way back on Xbox, and as soon as I got a gaming PC, of course I wanted, because better graphics, them on my PC. Alan Wake, Control, Alan Wake 2. It's okay. I prefer the original Alan Wake. But I do like how they connect their games. The only one they didn't connect yet, and I don't have it, but I have played it on the console. I just haven't gotten around to buying it and installing it on my PC, with Quantum Break. Right now, again, I'm playing Crimson Desert still. I'm almost at 300 hours in that game, people. Now, granted, at about 150 hours, I started a fresh game because they had added so many things, and I was so far in the main story. I was like, I'm just gonna go back and restart and use all these new things they put in this game. In this new game, well, I'm caught up to where I was before. I'm actually a little more ahead in the main story, and not as far ahead in the side quests. Because I don't want to spoil it, but I want to move my camp, and to do that you have to finish the main story. It's just such a big game. But they talked about there's big DLC coming in the future for that game. That game is killing it. Earl Abyss is killing it. I digress, because I mentioned Spider-Noir came out this week with Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man, and I'm just like, man, that's going to be fun. Now, it is on Amazon Prime Video, and they have two versions of the show. And as someone who knows a little bit about noir, I'm not a huge noir guy, but because I want the noir aspect of it, I am going to watch the black and white version first. And I am going to be starting that tonight. It is, I believe, 8 episodes. And it's already, 5:30 here. By the time I get these uploaded, I'll probably already be watching the first or second episode. I was thinking about playing some Crimson Desert. I don't know. I'm tired. Maybe for an hour or two, and then I'll probably start Spider-Noir before bed for work tomorrow. I might actually be making some cooking videos. I know I bounce. You would think I have ADD, but I just, when something pops in my head, I want to say it and get it out there before I forget it. I might be doing some cooking videos again this week. I found some recipes online. I know. I have like 50 friggin' cookbooks. Why am I looking online for recipes? My father has hand surgery on Tuesday, so I was looking up recipes of things where he wouldn't have to cut food. I was like, well, is this? Oh, diced. Okay, yeah, that's easy. So I have to take him to that surgery Tuesday. I might make a video Tuesday of me cooking some of the meal. Because depending on how long I have to be at the VA with him, will depend on how long. If I make 1 or 2 cooking videos, if I cook a couple of the meals in one day, just so we have leftovers. I don't know. Maybe I'll do one Monday night and post it up, and do another one Tuesday night. Because I have a few recipes I found online. I got all the stuff to make all 3 different ones, 3 different recipes. 2 involving chicken, 1 involving beef, stew beef, mind you. I'll post them up. Spider-Noir starting tonight, cleaning today, so I'm gonna spoil myself with a little frozen pizza for dinner, Supreme, because I'm a meat man. It's either Meat Lovers, Supreme, pepperoni's a classic, of course. But I do love a buffalo chicken pizza and a Hawaiian pizza. This is a debatable topic of pineapple on pizza, and let me tell you, get a Hawaiian pizza. try it. If you're not sure, go somewhere that serves them and try one. Because if you don't like it, you don't like it. But I like it. I think it's good. With a meat lovers or a pepperoni, I'll even dip it in a little bit of ranch. Just a little, not a lot. You don't want to overload your pizza. Supreme, I'll just use Supreme. He's got enough flavors with peppers, onions, sausage, and that. I've had Chicago deep dish once. It's okay. But I don't like eating my pizza with a fork. No offense. I like New York style pizza. When I used to go there to visit my ex, the night that I would always come in, we'd always get pizza. Because it was just easy. She could order it, and it would be there by the time I left from the train station to get to her place. The pizza was usually just getting there. Now, it's always going to show up cold. It's cooked, but it's cold because it's delivery in New York City, where I can drive in my town a mile in less than 5 minutes. There, it takes like an hour. But yeah, Spider Noir, Amazon Prime, check her out. New movies I'm going to review coming up. Masters of the Universe and Scary Movie. And then I talked about movie going experience in the previous video and a little bit about Masters of the Universe. We will talk about it again because I have pre-ordered Skeletor from the new Masters of the Universe movie. The statue looked good. Iron Studios pre-order, just like the He-Man on Battle Cat from the new movie. I think it looks good. The statues. The movie, Scary Movie looks good. It doesn't look like they're going to hold back much. The Masters of the Universe movie, I don't know. You never know what some of these big companies with big IPs like this are going to do that could ruin the film. The final trailer I saw showed a lot of characters from the cartoon. Ram Man, Fisto. And I say it like that because those characters, just the names were like, this is such a gay allegory for this show. Because, there is the whole, people say that He-Man's actually gay. And I'm like, no, he's not gay. It's just maybe they're like, I don't know. If you want to think he's gay because you're gay, that's fine. But he's not. He's banging Teela. He's a prince. Even in Eternia, you kind of have to keep the lineage going if you're royal blood. There's a reason. The original cartoon, though, just looked like everyone was jacked on steroids. Everyone. Even the women. The new cartoon, I watched one episode of. I think that's one Kevin Smith did. What does Teela look like? A man. You could have made her a little more feminine. I didn't watch any more than the first episode. Wasn't happy with it. Again, He-Man, I watched it in the 80s. I watched the movie. I still will go back and rewatch that Dolph Lundgren film. I don't care what people say. Yeah, it wasn't a great movie, but you hear about what they went through in making that film, and you have to give that film props for even being released. And props for the sets. How the depth that they made you feel you saw that wasn't real. Yeah, if you go and watch it, because I have it on Blu-ray, I'll watch it every once in a while. You go and watch it, and you look at Castle Grayskull, and then you find out 20 years later that was a painting. That was 2D. You're like, really? That's crazy. Because back in the 80s, CGI wasn't that good. But to know that it wasn't CGI, that it was just literally a trick of the eye and a good artist staff that made it look that good. Gwildor was just comedic relief. He was fun. The costuming, in that film, I mean, it's an 80s movie. And not a big budget 80s movie. Some would say it's a B movie. And I would say it's a decent end B movie. Yeah, it's a B movie, but it's a fun B movie. Evil Dead was considered a B movie. Still is. But it's a cult classic. Pennywise was never considered a B movie. They only did the miniseries, and then they did the show, and these other two movies, which all have, obviously, they have a budget. Even the original miniseries had a decent budget for some of their scenes, like when he pulls open the floor of the bathroom and comes out, and, hello, Eddie. It's just like, oh, crap. Yeah, good movies all around. Check them out. I'm tired, guys. I'm going to call this one because I keep rambling about different things. Cooking videos quite possibly this week, so stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed the statues. Again, I feel like a complete bonehead for this, and because I keep looking at it. I keep looking down and seeing what I did. Thankfully, I have a friend that I think can help fix this. Hopefully. Because they'll have paints, even if you could see the glue. I have a Dremel I could file the glue off a little bit with, and then we'll just repaint it. It won't be that noticeable. But it is the chainsaw. It's like, if I have broken this, I gotta use one of the other hands. No, I gotta break the only thing that is a single piece. But yeah, like, share, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all my subscribers. Comment and tell me how much of a bonehead I am for breaking the chainsaw. So that way I feel even dumber. No, just kidding. I don't think you guys would be that cool. You'd be like, oh, that sucks. I would hope. You're like, yeah. But when I get it fixed, I will take a picture of it and post it. Just be like, look, I got it fixed. My buddy came through. But yeah, again, both of these statues I had to order through Pop Culture. They are not paying me to say this. I just really like showing Zombie Bigfoot as a little action figure postcard. And in the previous video, I showed you the back of their website. Obviously, you can just Google search them or Bing or whatever search engine you use. Next week, I think I might do Mojo. The big statue that I've had sitting in a box next to Darkseid. So the statues I still have, I have Mojo, I have Darkseid from Zack Snyder's Justice League, I have Logan and the Weapon X from Iron Studios, and another one that was a convention exclusive. I think it was convention exclusive, like the Grayback Predator was a Cable statue from the 90s comics. From the comics, not from the Deadpool movie, Deadpool 2, or the cartoon necessarily. I don't know. Cartoon or comics. They look good in the original X-Men animated series. I did see there's a trailer for X-Men 97 Season 2. I did not watch X-Men 97 Season 1 yet. It's on my watch list. I grew up. I have gone back and rewatched the X-Men animated series. I have those on DVD, and I have gone back and just rewatched those a few times because they did such a good job. They were fun. They were fun, and some of them had moral lessons in them that were not overbearing. They were good. But yeah, so you guys have a good weekend, a good work week. And like I said, there might be some cooking videos, food videos this week. And next weekend, I think I'm going to do one video, and I'm going to do Mojo, because he looks pretty big. If it doesn't take long, I might and maybe we'll talk about X-Men and the franchise of X-Men next week while we're doing Mojo. Because Mojo's a fun villain. I mean, he's a villain, but he's a fun one. Like, you can't take that guy seriously. So, but yeah, Lincoln's back there snoring away. I'm not gonna wake him. He'll wake up when I turn the camera off here and want attention. But you guys have a good weekend, good week. Like, share, subscribe, comment what you like to see. Comment if you'd want me to do one of those other statues next week instead of Mojo. Just let me know. I'm flexible like that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go maybe turn on some. I need to go get a drink. Have a good night, guys. Later. Thanks.